यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
Dandavat Pranam Maharaj, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat, Dandavat. Can you hear me okay?
जी गुरुदेव।
Yeah. Okay. गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालय कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय राधिकाय मने श्री श्रीमद्भक्तिवेदान्त नारायण इति नामिने श्रीकृष्णलीला कथाने सुधाक्षमौदार्य माधुर्य गुणैः वरं वरेण्यं पुरुषमान्तं नारायणं तं शिरसा नमामि। त्रिदण्डीनां भक्तशिरोमणिं च श्रीकृष्णपादाय चैतन्यलीलामृतसारसारं नारायणं सततं प्रपद्ये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे। गुरुपाद भक्ति वेदांत नारायण दंडवत अर्पिಸುತ್ತಾ वर्ग नामनिष्ठ संतोषी दंडवत अर्पिಸುತ್ತಾ वर्तमान भूत वैष्णव दंडवत प्रणाम। वंचा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। Today, no, tomorrow, uh, uh, some places Mokshada Ekadasi and then Trisprasha Mahadvadasi, some places. But anyway, fasting is tomorrow. Some places they might have indicated today like that. So, in that case, what one can do is like, suppose, sometimes it's a borderline, I'm not sure. Like in US, East Coast, West Coast, mountain range, right? Eastern time, Eastern Standard Time, then mountain, and then something else. So what happens is a border, or Midwest, right? Midwest, Eastern, Midwest, and then mountain, and then West, right? Western. Four, I think, right? So your borderline is a, of course, workplace, you cross the timeline border and then you keep that time or something like that, practical. But in the scripture, if it happens like that, you do first day like maybe the way you do Ekadasi, and you can do both days, fruits, for example, or if you are doing only fruits, or thing. If you are doing Nirjala, do next day Nirjala. If you are not sure, because that way you will not miss it. And the Shastra also gives recommendation like that. 2 days. In Madhu Sampradaya, they do both days Nirjala. These acharyas. And our acharyas used to do like that, Dashami only fruits, Ekadasi Nirjal, and then Dwadasi also fruits, they used to do like that, very advanced. That way it will never compromise, even by chance. So amazing, Of course, we don't have to do if we are not capable. You can do both days fruits, some peanuts like that. It's okay. Huh? No problem. Don't worry about people confused. Oh, okay, you fasted on this. What about Paran? Paran time does not count. Lord understands because we have determined, Lord, I don't want to miss Ekasi. I'm not sure the borderline, moonrise and the sunrise, So I don't want to risk, but I'm going to do this way. He'll be very, very happy. Ekasi, they will be very, very happy. Wow. Yeah, so much faith in this. So even if there is some little bit here and there, she will protect us. So that way, our bhakti will be protected, and you will get benefited also that way. So Mokshada Ekadasi, and then also Gita Jayanti. In other words, Lord Krishna revealing, the essence of Bhagavad Gita, the essence of all these Shastras to Arjuna, because he's very dear friend, very dear to him. So that was also done tomorrow on the day of it. So you can imagine Krishna chose to give this important message on the day of Ekadasi. See, this is amazing. The tree under which he gave this thing is still there, in Kurukshetra. There are so many things there. I used to have a PowerPoint. Maybe I lost my computer. One day I will recover it, So, Kurukshetra, Dharma Kshetra, Kurukshetra, is Amaka Pandavashetra. Kimukurvatu, Sanjaya. Sanjaya, Sanjaya was sitting in Hastinapur, Delhi, and he was telling this to the blind king, Dhritarashtra. So Dhritarashtra is asking the first question. What my sons, Kauravas, and the Pandu's son gathered at Kurukshetra, what did they do? So Sanjaya is the sitting in Hastinapur, and it's about at least 300 kilometers away, 250, 300 kilometers from Delhi. But he's sitting here and then saying things and then revealing, telling. So he had the vision, he had blessing by Vedavyasji that sitting here, you can witness far away, you can hear far away. Agni is called the Siddhis. Okay. Agni Stamba, Jala Stamba, Dura Darshana, Dura Shravana. Sanskrit. Dura Darshana, Dura Shravana. Dura meaning far away. How far away, they also tell you how far. So even very, very far away. You can be on the other side of globe and you can hear, they can see what's going on. Nowadays you need technology, right? Camera, connection, internet, satellite. You don't need without technology. So so he had blessing by Vedas, Vedavyas. So he was able to see and then tell him what is happening. So Kurukshetra is the place where it is Dharma Kshetra. Dharma Kshetra, Kurukshetra. Dharma Kshetra meaning religious person. Because one time the Kuru, king of the Kuru dynasty, Kuru, king, he was plowing the land there. So Indra was curious, came and asked him, why you are plowing? I want to make this place such a way that whoever leaves this world from this place, they will enter your Swarga, right? Indra's place. Then Indra laughed at him and then went away. Then he came again like 4 or 5 times then, but he was determined. Then, of course, the other devatas saying that they blessed him. So that's why that place was chosen to wage a war, because either way, if you die there, even if you lose, you will go to heaven. If you win, of course, you enjoy the kingdom and then you go to heaven, in either way. So, Hare Krishna. ಚಂದ್ರ ನೀವು ಹೌದಾ ಹೌದಾ ಈಗೇನು ನೀವು ಬ್ಯುಸಿನಾ ಅಥವಾ ಇನ್ನ 1 hour ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಹೌದಾ ನಾನು ದರ್ಶನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇನ್ನ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ರವಿ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ವಾ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ರವಿ ಅವಾಗ ಹೇಳಿ ಆಯ್ತು ಹಸುಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ತೋರ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬನ್ನಿ ಹಸುಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಆಯ್ತು ಸೊ the devatas blessed him. That's why that place was chosen. But on the other hand, it was a Dharma Kshetra. So Dhritarashtra is thinking, wait a minute, Pandavas are actually follows Dharma. Going there, did they decide, oh, no, why fight? If you want, we can have our kingdom. Because Pandavas are very, religious, very truth. So he had a desire, without waging a war, did my children get the kingdom? This is the, greed. So this is a greed problem. So these things, they understand. See, our sages, our parampara will tell you, hats off, our Gaudiya Vaishnava. They can, like Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they can know what was in the thinking, in the mind of Krishna, Arjuna, when they were telling like this, or asking question like this, or Dhritarashtra, what is there inner, they can judge, and they are explaining in their commentary. That's why the commentaries are very, very essential. If you want to progress in bhakti, more intricate. That's why Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam. Baladev Vidyabhushan. That's why our Gurudev did the Chatushloki Bhagavat. 7, 8 acharyas, he quotes them. Madhva Sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya, all the acharyas, what they say. So in one incident, Kshipram Bhavati Dharma. Suppose there is one shloka, 9th chapter. If one is abominable, you've done something unthinkable. It can be by chance, suppose by accident. You don't know. But if he surrendering to me, he is engaging in my devotional service, very quickly becomes a Dharmatma. Then in the second verse, it says, he says again, the one who tells this, what is doing this, will also become Dharmatma like that. Now the question comes, who is ನಪ್ಪ ಈಗ ಇಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಆಯ್ತು. So the question comes, who is actually second line when Krishna says in the first one, then who in the second, who is getting actually Dharmatma, very quickly becomes free from this. So this question was asked by who? One time Bhaktivinoda Thakur had a dream. Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj recounts in his commentary on Bhagavad Gita on this sloka that Brahma, not Brahma, then Narad Muni, then Lord Shiva, the Yamaraj, okay. Not Brahma, Yamaraj, Narad Muni, you understand, right? The three were discussing this sloka, somewhere. Who is this, whom Krishna is referring to, but why did he refer? Chipram Bhavati, Dharma. Very quickly becomes, repeating. Then they were discussing this point, what is this? Then they were not very clear. Then they saw Bhaktivinoda Thakur floating, chanting, right? He's floating. Then they said, oh, here is the pure devotee. He can answer our question. So they brought him in. and they asked this question. Immediately Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, one who declares this, one who says this to others, he will also become Dharmatma. Then, of course, Bhaktivinoda Thakur said that and then we walked out. So, Bhakti-Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, actually, the other devotees at that time, they were warning, please don't put this into this, because then people might misuse this, purposefully do something bad and then they think they can become, free from this, like that, but anyway, he went on, did that anyway. So, that was an amazing incident, So, that's why Krishna says to Arjuna, boldly declare my devotees, Name Bhaktya Pranasya, my devotees will never perish. If I say this, they don't believe because, but you tell, you declare it. See. So the telling through devotee, is because Krishna will make sure his devotee's words comes true, even though his words may not be true. Of course, it has to be, but sometimes, like there is one incident, telling one Lord Ramchandra, after the war, right? Hanuman is coming there, and then they, from Lanka, you understand? Lanka, then Rameshwaram, then Kishkinda is the place where Lord did Chaturmasya, in the place of Sugriva, monkeys, right? Hanuman was born there. It is actually very close to us, overnight journey. So Kishkinda, then Panchavati, Ayodhya you must have heard, then Chitrakoot, then Janakpuri. These are the main places. So in Kishkinda is Lanka, Rameshwaram, Kishkinda, then Ayodhya, Chitrakoot, like this, comes on a line. Actually, this is also, if you look at the on the line, it's amazing. if you know the lines across, some amazing, how they happens to be on that line, very powerful places. So in Kishkinda, because the plane where Lord Ramchandra was carrying Pushpaka Viman, right? Pushpaka aeroplane. And the description is there. In that plane, there was 100 floors. What are the floors, names, what they were engaged? I can give you a list. It's also mentioned in scripture. Bah, amazing. Then Sita desired that for the coronation of the Lord Ram, I want to invite all the monkeys' wives, their family also. So Ram said, okay. So they stopped for a while in Kishkinda. They took a break. Then what about already all the monkeys, right? And then what about the space? This aeroplane is such that automatically increases in size. Okay. If more passengers, no problem. It expands. It's a living, like Chetana, So there was some time. So Lord Ram suggested to Hanuman, we have some time before all the wives of monkeys ready. So I would like to meet your mother. Then Hanuman said, oh Lord, give me a condition. You should not glorify me in front of my mother. Then Lord Ram said, on that condition, I can, arrange meeting with my mother. Mother was doing tapasya, Then on the hill, it is still there, Even the face of that mountain looks like, I can send you pictures, looks like Hanuman, Mountain itself is amazing. Amazing if you go up there. So, if you happen to come to Bangalore, I can take you, amazing place. So there, Lord Ram said, I agreed, right? He gave a word to Hanuman saying that I will not glorify you in front of your mother. Gave this word. Then what happens? Then so Hanuman took him to his mother. Then mother, she was saying Lord Ram, Sita in her heart already. She was deep, tapasya. Then even the Lord went in front of her, he could not break her eyes. So Lord immediately disappeared from her heart. See? Then she opened it. What happened? Then she saw Lord Ram, she said. Then Hanuman saw that. Then Lord Ram immediately telling, oh, Mother Anjani, you have such a wonderful son. He served me so much. Lord Ram break his own vow, to glorify his devotee. Then Hanuman is looking at it like, what is happening? Then mother became very angry to Hanuman. Hey, Hanuman, useless. You gave so much trouble to Lord Ram. Huh? He didn't have strength. You drank milk from my breast. That's why I became so powerful. And then why he gave trouble? Why Lord Ram has to go to Lanka and then wage a war? Why didn't you bring the whole Lanka here? Then Hanuman is doing like this. Then Lord Ram has to intervene. Mother is okay, Actually, I told him only to come back, have darshan of Sita and then come back. No, so what, why he should give trouble to you, like that. So, then actually it says when the milk from the breast of a mother gushed through, the mountains moved, amazing. So much power in mother. So, what I'm saying is Lord Ram broke his own vow that he took to that he will not glorify him. To glorify, So same way, Lord has told so many rules, but if you break to serve him, he'll be more pleased. See, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's incident is also there. Govinda, if you look at in Jagannath Puri, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu staying in a very small room, maybe 5 feet by 10 feet, maybe, very small room. And his sandals is there even today. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wearing, the sandals, wooden, made out of wood. And then his kamandalu, things are there even today. That Gambira, Radha Radha temple. So Govinda entered. Lord is sleeping. There is not much place to go walk over. But he has to jump over the Lord's legs to go in and do his service, right? And that is an offense to cross over, to jump over the lotus feet of Lord. Like the same way, he cannot go over the shadow of Tulsi also. Okay, that's why when you do Tulsi puja, make sure it's under the light, so there is no shadow, because it's Chinmaya. We cannot, our shadow is as good as our, plant, our branches, whatever leaf. Shadow is as good as that because Chinmaya, no difference. So, so Govinda put his, crossed over on the other side, and then he was doing massage and then service to Chaitanya. Then after that, there was time for taking prasadam. Then Lord Chaitanya, what are you doing? Did you take prasadam? No. Why don't you go and take? Lord, I cannot go I cannot jump over your legs. Now wait a minute, how did you came before? You crossed over me. Then why not do again? No, Lord, that is for your service, I did that. But for my prasadam, I don't want to do that. See? So, and Lord was very satisfied. So, like that, is amazing. Lord is very, very kind. That's why Bhakta Vassala. Bhakta Vassala, meaning is so devoted to the devotees. He himself gives himself and is willing to do anything for the sake of devotees. That's why in Mahabharata, in the Bhagavad Gita recital, he became a chariot driver of Arjuna. You know what chariot driver meaning? Driver. Suppose in English, what they say, driver, right? You are is a driver. What is the position of a driver? Very meager, right? He has to command the words of the owner, right? You go there, take me there, take me there. Then suddenly he says, So he became chariot driver of Arjuna. And then Krishna has to listen to Arjuna's direction. You go left, right. And in the war, I think there is a time for saying left and right. No. What Arjuna is doing in his feet, right? He is pushing the Lord's back, on the side, on the right side, back of the Arjuna. Now Krishna is putting his feet like this. And then if you want to go left, he putting on the left side. Then Krishna has to obey, Loving, So Krishna's devotion to the birth is unthinkable. His These qualities. Ah, you can imagine. If suppose somebody puts their leg on our back, think what we will do, right? See, amazing. Then he also, Yudhishthira Maharaj was telling one time in the, see, in Mahabharata is amazing. Mahabharata is one of the biggest epic in the whole world. I forget how many slokas are there. 3 lakh, very big, very large number. Bhagavad Gita is only 18 chapters in the Bhishma Parva of the Mahabharata. Very huge. How, millions, practically millions verses. Verses are there, million verses. Vedavyas put everything in Mahabharata. And then Bhagavad Gita is also there in the 18th chapter. So the 18 chapters, like there it is described in Mahabharata, that in the Rajasuya Yajna, Yudhishthira Maharaj doing it. At that time, everybody was invited and everybody was given their share of responsibility, right? So, the Karna and the Duryodhana were given, giving away the charity. See, they have a godown, right? What you call khajane, like a treasury. Pandavas have a treasury. That day, people come and then you have to give whatever they want. So Karna and Duryodhana were given charge. Okay, you give. And they had a bad intention. The Pandavas should get very bad name. So they were giving, instead of giving one object, say some gold, they were giving 5 times more. So people were very happy. And so why they have intention? So that the treasury will become very empty soon. And there will be queue there waiting, and there will not be anything to give, so they get bad name, Pandavas, right? You understand? So what Krishna did was, he told Rukmini, watch over the, treasury. It is your service. Rukmini is like a, Lakshmi, right? Source of all Lakshmis, Vaikuntha. And so when they were giving away, there was more. And these people got exhausted. The more there again, there is more there. And so even though these people are trying to bring bad name to the Pandavas, but actually they were bringing more good name, right? You understand? So that's why you cannot do bad thing to the Vaishnavas. The bad intention turns into their favor. Okay, so it is a great thing for us. That's why nothing bad can happen to the devotees. Right? We may feel that something bad happened. Actually, it is not. We have not realized. Actually, it's the best thing. Okay. So, and then there was another incident. What it is Yudhishthira Maharaj is telling, right? He has given so many service to everybody. And then Krishna is also telling, wait a minute, everybody is doing some service or the other. What about me? What service I should do? He is asking Yudhishthira Maharaj. Then Yudhishthira Maharaj, Lord, you are supremely worshipable. Everybody should actually wash your feet. Oh. Krishna, he took it, what? He has to wash everybody's guests' feet. So he went there, right? All the guests are coming. Krishna is washing everybody's feet, including, the enemies of Pandavas, enemies of himself. You know? And what you understood what I'm saying is Krishna misinterpreted that. Oh, I should wash. You know? So he was washing the Shishupal and Dantavakra. They were enemies of Krishna, Shishupal, who are incarnation of Jaya and Vijay, right? First incarnation is Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, then Ravana, Kumbhakarna, then Shishupala, Dantavakra. And he washed them. And those people again appeared as, in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime, who were very, Nityananda Prabhu elevated them. So, this is how Lord is amazing, He became, even to please Mother Aditi, he came as a Vamana, little boy. Then he went for begging from, he owns everything. Bali Maharaj, he went and begging for, for the sake of Indra, Aditi, please Aditi, please give me some land. So when he owns everything. But then was he successful in giving anything to the Lord? No. That's why, but anyway, he said he can take the whole kingdom if you want. He said, no, I want 3 steps of land, measured by my little feet. No, please, no, I only, no, at least measure with my feet, because my feet is even bigger than you. He said, no. Then he said, why? Because you should be satisfied with whatever you have. Never desire more than, whatever God has, Lord has given, you should be satisfied. Then okay, he agreed. He took a sankalpa. Then Lord expanded. 1 feet, it covered the entire world. 2nd feet, upper planet, up to Brahmanda, Brahmaloka. Beyond what Bali Maharaj had. Then 3rd feet, where? Then he was a wonderful, devotee person. He said, on my feet. I don't want to, I'm not afraid of Indra's thunderbolt or anything, but I'm afraid of going against the word that I've given to the Brahmanas. I don't want to do that. So on his head. So he pushed him down. So that's why, see, in other words, Bali Maharaj got it. He had Yavan also, but in the down Sutal, right? He was in the Sutal place. He pushed him. There, the wealth he has is more than Indra. In other words, he got more wealth than what he possessed before. See? So that's why we should not be, we should be generous. We should think, devotee think, oh Lord, what do I have? That's why our Gurudev used to say, if you have money, give to somebody, give me your heart. So, so your heart meaning you are giving yourself. See? That's why in Bhagavad Gita what he says, listen, man manava bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskaru mame vaishasi satyam te pratijane priyosume. The best sloka in Bhagavad Gita is this. Man mano bhava mad bhakto. Engage your mind, observe your mind and your heart, feelings, right? To me. Become my devotee. Pay obeisances unto me. Then you will surely come to me because you are very, very dear to me. Then he says, Sarvadharman parityaja mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo moksham shami. Do not fear. No? Give up everything, all dharma, no? All religiosity, and surrender to me. But in the beginning, Krishna is saying you have to do this, swadharma, this, that, and that. Now here he is saying you have to give up. Now wait a minute, is he in conflict? You see what I'm saying? Actually not. Because the dharma of the soul is Sharanagati, surrender to the Lord. You know, then all is included. You know, that's why our Gurudev is always saying that. Suppose we ourselves offer it to Lord, then whatever you are doing is also included there, right? When a whole myself is I've given away, then whatever I do is also goes to Him. So, like in the pastime, in the Rajamandal Parikrama, remember? Durvas Muni, right? Gopis brought so many things. He was eating. He was eating, but then he told, no, I'm not eating. You remember, right? So, but who was eating? He was using his mouth also as a service to the, because he himself offered to him. So even whatever he put is also for him. See? So like that. It's that way, Gurudev actually explains. So in this sloka, there are five. Now, before I go, there's one more thing. See, Narottam Das Thakur, we prayed one sloka, because then you understand why I'm saying this. He says, Kama Krishna Karmarpane. Kama Krishna Karmarpane. Krodha Bhakta Dveshi. Krodha Bhakta Dveshi. The anger. Kama, the lust. I'll engage. I will use lust in the service of Sri Krishna. Anger. I'm angry, right? Anger against those who are inimical toward the devotees. Inimical toward the devotee. Hanuman and Arjun, they fought with anger. No? Greed for associating with sadhus and hearing Krishna Katha. See, greed is very dangerous, right? Greed. But if you use the greed for associating with sadhus, if you have greedy of association, I want to have association, and hearing Krishna Katha, greed, wow. See, your greed will be purified, you understand? Then we get bewildered, right? Right. We go crazy or we get bewildered. So I will become bewildered only when I cannot attain my worshipable. You see, only I will become bewildered. I can use that also only when I attain Lord, worshipable Lord. We become mad, right? Madness will manifest when I intensely glorify the divine qualities of Radha and Krishna. See, so that madness is actually relishable. It is actually desired. Okay, not this mundane madness. So one time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling, in Flash night, he has come back from Katwa after Diksha, Gopal Mantra Diksha, come back, and he has become totally different person. Before he was an undisputable Pandit, okay, learned person, very young age, undisputable. Nobody in the whole world come in front of him, right? Digvijay, remember past time. He was actually Bruhaspati in the previous life. He was a Bruhaspati, demigod's guru, and he was undisputed. Saraswati was on his tongue, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the pastime, right? He was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was sitting on a like a moonlight in the evening, telling about grammar, basic grammar of Sanskrit in the Ganga, on the shore of Ganga in Navadvip. Then this all the Navadvip has become empty. Pandits are all ran away because this Digvijay Pandit, very famous, he is coming to challenge them, and nobody had any nerve to face him. So they just ran away. Because if he face, when he defeated, they have to become his so many, his, it's their, their prestige, right? It's a question of prestige. Pandeyas, so only Nimai Pandit is there, right? He's in the mood of Pandit, right? He's doing this Vidya, Vidya pastime, right? Education. So he's teaching to his student, and there he came, Digvijay, and he says, what is his name? He asked him. Oh, you don't know? He's our teacher, Nimai Pandit. Oh, Nimai Pandit. Then Lord, when he heard Digvijay, he made him sit. He is respectful. See, that's what we have to learn. Respectful to anyone, irrespectful. Oh, you're a great scholar, great Pandit, and nothing in front of you. You defeated the whole world. I'm glad you came here. Oh, look at the Ganga, so beautiful. I would like to hear your glorification about Ganga. See? Then the Pandit became so enchanted, wow, and he started telling so fast, slokas about Ganga. Da, 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 like a bullet coming out. No one can comprehend. Everybody, every student of Nimai Pandit are all like this. Wow. Amazing. Then what happened? Then he finished. Then, oh, very nice. Can you please tell the, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very humbly asking, can you describe any merits and demerits of your composition, spontaneous composition, merits and demerits? Then Pandit is saying, no, it's my composition always full of merit. There cannot be any fault in them. He was like, oh, that's so. Sir, then this sloka, somewhere in between, okay, this is impossible. He caught the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu repeated that, and then can you comment on, deficiency or, greatness of this sloka? Then he said, glories. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, can you say anything about this? Yeah, if you don't mind, if you don't, become, mind, I will tell you. So he started first glorifying the, positive point, and then also negative points, doshas. when he heard the faults in that, he his jaw came down. You remember there's a word, your jaws falls down, became morose. Because first time he got defeated. Not in a very challenging way, in a very beautiful way, in a sweet way, but it was very hard to swallow. One who is a very prestige and honor, all that, and then it is impossible to swallow. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understood this. Nima Pandit understood. Don't worry, Pandit. You are still amazing, indisputable person. Please come back tomorrow. We will continue talking. See, very nicely he you know, he left him. So then Pandit went back that night and then crying was Saraswati. Oh, Saraswati, why did you give me up on this today? I was totally defeated. Why did you? Then mother, then she came and said, how can I come in front of my husband? You are so fortunate you have met him. Go and surrender to him. So like that. And then he came and then Lord is telling him, see, the pride is our biggest enemy. Don't be pride, prestige, pride, be humble and then preach, Krishna conscious like that. So that's why we can use all this. Madness will manifest when I intensely glorify the divine qualities of Krishna and Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Jugal Kishore and then Gauranga. In this way, I will utilize all of these. See? So that way it becomes easier. It gets purified. Actually, there is nothing new under the sun. You remember he said, whatever we have is only vikara, transformation of that spiritual world, qualities. Now, in the same way, in the pastime of Yakshas, Yaksha Prashna. Remember in Kamya one, right? Pandavas in Vanvas, right? Before Bhagavad Gita came into light, right? Before the war, right? So, very hot day, no water to drink, then Yudhishthira Maharaj requests Bhima, and then Bhima goes and finds the water. And then without answering, Yaksha drinks water, he falls down, Arjuna, Nakula Sahadev. Then Yudhishthira Maharaj himself is going. Remember? So that time, many questions have been asked. Other day we went one question. Now this question is, what is more unwinnable enemy of human beings? Unwinnable, meaning you cannot win over that enemy. Humans, right? We have an enemy. Who is that enemy? We cannot win. Never win on that. What is the endless disease? There are so many diseases. What is the endless disease? There is no like a solution, right? Medicine. Who is sadhu? Who is asadhu? Who is sadhu? Who is not a sadhu? This is the question. What is the enemy? Biggest enemy that we can never win is anger. Yudhishthira Maharaj is telling it's anger. Anger is very difficult. We cannot win. So that's why here what we are saying, Narottam Thakur is saying, I will use the anger against those who are inimical toward the devotees. So what happens? Anger is over, right? So the way to mean or impossible, it becomes possible when we engage in the service of Guru, Radha Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Guru, right? So impossible becomes possible. Kartum akartum anyata kartum sa Ishvara. Same way. Then what is our endless disease? Yes, what is our endless disease? Greed. Greed is our endless greed. Greedy. Right? Because there is no end to it. You think anybody will be satisfied with one car, two car, three car, right? BMW 3, 10, 12, 100. Right. How much gold you want? 1 kg will be satisfied. 10 kg. So like that the is like the fire. How much you think if you put 1 kg, 1 liter of ghee into the fire, ghee will fire will say, sorry, enough, why get indigestion? You think will say, no, it grows more and more. You go more, give. Whoo. So greed is like that, So what to do? That's why says Narottam Thakur, I will use the greed for what? Associating with sadhus and hearing Krishna Katha. Endless. Right? If you develop really that greed, you're never satisfied having, sadhu sangha and harikatha. What more you want, right? See. So Sakabhushandi was also like that. He was giving harikatha, for ages and ages. Many yugas, even Brahmas might go, many kalpas. His relation every time. And every time Lord comes, he's especially fond of baby Lord Rama. Like Krishna's pastime is there, like that is baby Rama, Lord Rama, baby pastimes. He himself associated and then like that. Then who is sadhu? Who has mercy and he wants auspiciousness for all living entities, including enemies. Okay, like Prahlad Maharaj. Oh Lord, let there be auspiciousness in the whole world. Let the violent people give up their violence. Let everyone pray, think of bringing auspiciousness to others. Whatever we are thinking, we are always thinking, bringing auspiciousness to others, including enemies and all that. Bah. Then let my mind be not attached to the objects of this world, but attached to you, to your service, your name, form. Let my intelligence, my consciousness become nishkam. Like that's what Krishna is teaching. Nishkama, Bhagavad Gita. We do our duties, but we have no right for the fruits of the duty, fruit of the work. If I say, oh, I did this, the result is also mine. You see, we have a right to do, but not to the results. Result is given by him, so it has to go back to him. So that is called nishkam. Then you will not be, attached. So nishkam. That's what is Prahlama. Let my conscience be without nishkam. Nishkam, without X, and merge in you. So, so sadhu is like that, bringing auspiciousness, mercy to everyone. Who is not a sadhu? We have not controlled his senses, and we have no mercy on anyone. He is a sadhu. He is not a sadhu. So that's what Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita. Controlling the senses. See, Bhagavad Gita has everything for everybody. Even for mundane person, he has 5 levels of preaching, levels of teaching, or Acharya or Gurudev says. One is for a common person, telling what, not too much eating, not too little, middle path, Then he's saying, when the ordinary people are sleeping, what the sadhu will do? They are awake. When the ordinary people are awake, the sadhu is sleeping. What does it mean? He's not sleeping. What does it mean is, when ordinary people, instead of elevating themselves, their consciousness, thinking of Lord Krishna, chanting, they are sleeping. Remember, we were talking about sleep. The Arjuna was not sleeping. You know. So, in other words, he was not into sleep. Is actually mode of ignorance. Because why? In sleep, do you remember whom we are? Do you remember where we are sleeping? Do we remember our name, country, male, female, right? Forget. If we forget ourselves, we think we will remember Krishna. So, mode of ignorance. So, that's why Arjuna, when Arjuna was also sleeping, in a sense, that sleep is not sleeping, okay? It's actually like one time, Arjuna has come to visit, or Krishna has come to visit Arjuna. Subhadra, Subhadra also. So, like Arjuna is having his, his feet at the Rukmini side, and then Rukmini side. Then Krishna's feet on the Subhadra, like that, So they are, because very friendly. So then Rukmini is hearing on every hair, Arjuna, Krishna, 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 Krishna. And then Krishna's thing, Arjuna, 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 like that. Krishna is thinking of Arjuna, Arjuna is thinking of Krishna. You think they sleep. So they were amazed by that, That's why it's Guda Kesha, one win over the sleep. So Krishna is saying, Karmaneva adhikarasya mahaparaya kadaya. You have the right for the work, but not for the fruits of the work. He said, what he's saying is, when ordinary person is sleeping, then in other words, when they're ignorant of their Atma, right? Then sadhus are meditating or chanting, and that's why they are awake. In other words, if we forget ourselves, then we are sleeping. If we awake, meaning that we are thinking of Lord, our reality. Then when the sadhana, ordinary people are awake, meaning what? When they are awake, what they are doing? They are fulfilling their senses gratification, right? Fulfilling the desires of the senses. That, sleeping, mating, depending on, So, that time, sadhu is sleeping means what? He will not engage in this He will not. He will consider sukha dukkha, meaning suffering, and then happiness and distress, same thing. He is not disturbed by it. See, so that's why he's saying. So these are all ordinary teaching. Huh? Then he's teaching about the secret. You know, secret, more secret, more secret, and most secret. 5 levels. So secret is the Brahma Jnana. Huh? You remember, we have Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaneti Shabdati, the effulgence of the Lord, Brahma. Huh? It's not independent, but this is in this world. Huh? But so the jnanis, right? Jnanis are in that light. Oh, we want to merge or like that. Even in the beginning, but even then Krishna says that is also Brahmabhuta prasannatma na sochati na kankshati. Sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labate param. Prasannatma, that person is pleased. Why? Because he is free from our subtle body, from the gunas made out of, our subtle body is made of gunas, right? Mode of goodness, badness. He is free from that. Because of that, he is very pleased, right? So you can understand why one is pleased and one if the modes of material nature is free from that, we become free. If modes of material nature we are under that dominant force, then we cannot be pleased. We will not be happy because always putting this, that. Not sochati, meaning if things get destroyed, we don't feel. It's like one time, suppose if there's a fire in the building, your house gets burnt. Oh, I lost everything. Then sadhu might thinking, he will think, oh, I wish all my karma, all the lust, anger, greed will burn away like that. You understand? Right? Positive. Nakamshati, So only for the pleasing the Lord, no akanksha, meaning no planning or desiring, only for Sama sarva bhuteshu, with all living entities. Like the children. Children, actually, we have to learn a lot from the children. They do not discriminate yet, right? Even they are no male, female, they cannot distinguish male, female. Remember Krishna's pastime? He took 2 of his, sakas for the gopis when they were doing this Katyayani Vrata after, So it took they could not distinguish male, female. They were laughing all the time. Krishna is telling them. Then, Krishna is trying to catch their attention. Then they are so, engaged in the pastime of Krishna. When Krishna goes there, they cannot, they cannot, So that's when the flash came. Well, wait a minute. The only way is to take this closer, not like that. So mad bhakti param. So those become when we associate. Now see the Brahman, all right. If we associate with the pure devotees, then we give up that, and then we come to the platform of personality, worshipping personality, become bhaktas. Otherwise, Brahman is I want to merge this, that. only by the association. You can see in Jaiva Dharma, in the first chapter itself, right? Babaji, he's already he thinks he's in Turiya state, through, Ekadandi sannyasi. I'm in the highest level of sannyas. Then a sadhu came crying, telling, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. He's crying while chanting. When the chanting enters his ears, he completely transformed. But he had this pride, prestige. Oh, he's a sannyasi, he cannot go out and meet him. You understand? His prestige, like, his title or what is status, is not allowing him, he's in that level, he's thinking, he's a very advanced sannyasi or this, he cannot go down to see the devotee who's singing in a street. But he was transformed by hearing his praise here, what happened? Then after a while he went away. Then he could not bear it, he started tears, and he wanted to finally see on all my status, my prestige, this, that. He was also, very, I would say, blessed person. Some previous lives he must have done some service to the devotees of Lord. That's why he overcame all that prestige, this, and then he started looking for him. He threw all his attachment, his status quo, everything. And he started looking, where can we find? He's already gone. Then that's why he ended up coming to Navadvip. And then, Babaji meeting. So, like that, the intense, the transformation. That's why sadhus, why do they go to different places? Because you think they are hungry or they need anything? No. To do mercy, distribute. That's why in West and all that we go for Harinam, all right, Kirtan. Why? Like this, because Gurudev, that name, holy name. But of course, if you go at least on the guidance of a pure devotee or someone advanced, so but we should go, and we used to go to Thompson Court Park, practically, many years, everywhere. So for this purpose, even the trees, any living entity, they get elevated hearing this. So some Sukruti, unknown. So you are creating their bhakti, Sukruti for them. They may not understand. They may not be favorable to you also. Why this Hare Krishna? If they say like that, they will finish. Okay, that's actually is purifying them, even though it looks like because innocently they are actually criticizing, so it is not an offense. It becomes actually when the word comes out, Hare Krishna, you see, even that all their sin will be finished, right? That's what one type of the chanting of like not pure, but not is nama japa. So it will purify them. So it's like the sun coming up. It has not come up yet. Any time it might come up. It's not visible yet. Even that, all the darkness is gone. Most of the dark, right? Like that, even if they say like that, Abbas, Nama Abbas. Shuddha Nama Aparada, Abbas, Nama Abbas. Like a semblance of Nam, Shuddha Nama, semblance. So, that's why, whatever. So that is then Guda Upadesh is that, and then Adhika Gud, more, Rahasya, is hidden thing is Paramatma, and then again associating with devotee, they come back to this. Then Guhyatama is bhakti, like Bhagavan, right? But in that Vaidhi bhakti, and then most Guhyatama, is like Manmanava Bhava Mad Bhakta Madhima, with Raja Prem, right? There is with lot of Madhurya, right? Madhurya. So Krishna has given practically everything in the Bhagavad Gita. So, but actually, it's like Bhagavad Gita is actually very, very essential. I forgot to say, it's a basic thing. Suppose you are speaking language, right? Suppose you are learning language. What do you first learn? A, B, C, D, right? Actually, instead of A for apple, they should say A for Ananta, Abhiram, some names of Krishna, B for, instead of Balaram, right? They say B for, I forgot what did they say. Huh? Bhagavan, Balaram, like that. Actually, they should change. Should be very nice. Actually, the children learning like that, they will, in future life, if not this life, they will be future devotees, right? Just by this change. So, see Chaitanya, so Charu Krishna, so many, Damodara, instead of dog, donkey. So what I'm saying is, Bhagavad, so without learning alphabets, you cannot master the language. Is it true? Right? So entire the English thing is there in the alphabets also, because it's a building block, right? Without alphabets, how we can build, right? Same way, a foundation for a building or anything. If there is no foundation, how we can build a building, right? So Bhagavad Gita is like that, for the spiritual foundation, for learning spirituality. Bhagavad Gita is like ABCD in that sense. You understand? So it is very, very essential we understand the principles of Bhagavad Gita. And in that, our Gurudev, he shows even Madhurya also. Bhakti Rakshidama also shows, he has hidden way to put all of that. So our time is up. I'm very sorry. And anyway, we cannot glorify Bhagavad Gita, even if it takes all my, Brahma's lifetime, still will not come to the end. So all glories to Bhagavad Gita, and the one sloka it says Bhagavad Gita, the Mahatma, glories of Bhagavad Gita. Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Geetam Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva Eko Mantrastasya Namani Yani Karmyapyam Ekam Tasya Devasya Seva. It means Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra. There is only one Shastra, one scripture for the world. What is that? That is Bhagavad Gita, son of Devaki. Actually, it's Yashoda name. Devaki is another name for Yashoda. So, Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Geetam, the song sung by Lord Krishna, is the only scripture. Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Geetam. Eko Devo Devaki Putra. There is only one Lord. Who is that? That is the son of Yashoda. So Devaki Putra. Eko Mantrastasya Naman. There is only one mantra. What is that? His name. Name of Krishna. Krishna is the actually mantra. One mantra. No, karmyapyam ekam tasya. Karma is also our duty is also one. What is that? Is service to the Lord Krishna. Karmyapyam ekam tasya devasya seva. So the whole thing summarized in this one beautiful sloka. This is the glories of Bhagavad Gita Mahatmya. So we will end here. If you have any questions, I'm sure that you can forward. We will do on next Thursday. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. I forgot to go over about this Ekadasi details. Maybe we will continue. Mokshada Ekadasi. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram.
Dandavat Pranam Maharaj, Hare Krishna, Dandavat to all
Hare
devotees, Dandavat Pranam.
Dana.